Today on Dr. Phil.
Is she superficial?
Very superficial.
She says her hubby's not hot enough for her.
I want the six-pack back.
I get her a six-pack. Six-pack of soda, six-pack of beer.
And she lost 150 pounds.
I have a lot of extra skin.
It was repulsive. What I think about when I see her skin is put some clothes back on.
That tells me that you're not in love with this woman. If he loved you, then he would love you in spite of it. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
It matters to you. That's what I want to talk about. Are you ready in the booth? Let's do it.
Go, Dr. Phil.
All right. Brains, beauty, money, or personality? Now, we asked which quality was most important to you in a mate. We asked on my Facebook page, and you picked personality, right? Now, when you got a head like this, that's good news. Now, I'm not sure I believe those statistics. Well, Sandy says her husband had it all. He had money, he had brains, he had swagger, he had a six-pack. But 6 years of marriage and a few kids later, she says it's time for him to lose her baby weight. Take a look.
On a scale of 1 to 10, when I met Otto, he's definitely 10, 11. And myself, it's a 15, 20. When I was pregnant with our first daughter, I packed on a good 40, 45 pounds, and I was a real cow.
Put on approximately 35 pounds in the past 6 years.
I call Otto fat ass once a day. Even though I've had 2 children, Otto's body looks like he's the one who had the 2 children.
That's a baby in there.
It's almost due.
I'm bikini ready at all times. Bikinis and high heels, that's Sandy. If I were a celebrity, I'd be Pamela Anderson. He's more like a CeeLo, but I'd love it if he looked like David Beckham. I work out about 3 days a week.
You okay?
I'd push my son around with my heels on because to me, that's a very good workout too.
As far as my wife's looks, she gotta stay hot. Same way I married you, the same way I want you. Working hard at my job is very much a priority for me. Working out is not. Hello? Okay, hold on 1 second. Hello? I work from 18 to 23 hours a day. So you need 5 cases of flawless? I prefer my pockets fat, and I could take a belly with it.
My husband does get me everything I ask for, whether it's a purse or a dress or a trip. He's really, really good to me, but I'd like him to be hotter, smoking, can't touch me.
We still make love all night, and for a fat man, I don't get winded, I don't run out of breath, and usually it's her that taps out. I would like for Dr. Phil to tell Sandy everybody loves a fat, bald guy.
Now, I just got to say, he looks in pretty good shape to me.
It's the black, it's slimming.
Yeah. How does this affect the way you feel about him?
It doesn't affect the way I feel about him, but it affects the way that I feel we look together. Because when we're out, I want everybody to look at us and go, oh my gosh, why are we not them? I want to be them. That's how I want everybody to look at us. We live in a visual world. People look at us.
You want people to say that when they see you?
Yeah.
Why are we not them?
Yeah.
Why does that matter?
Because it does. It matters to me. In my circle, in my world. In the Sandy circle.
So you want arm candy?
He's got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
No.
Yeah.
You were saying he's got arm candy in you, right?
Yeah.
But you want arm candy in him. You want somebody where people look who she's with.
They do look who he's with, but I want them to look even more.
Yeah,
My wife is Black Barbie. The only thing thin in her world is her in the air. That's the only thing that's thin enough. Nothing else.
Really?
I am.
So is she superficial?
Very superficial.
Really?
Very
I could wear a
superficial.
cape like Supergirl, superficial girl.
All right, are you still attracted to him?
100%.
100%.
Yes.
So you don't have a problem with it. It's just what other people see.
No, I still do. I do. I do have a small problem with it. Not that I would ever leave, because I'm never going to leave. But I want the six-pack back. I want to be in
Get a
sync
six-pack.
for...
Six-pack of Coke, six-pack of soda, beer, whatever.
Well, all right. You and I wrote down some of the things you said because I thought these were really interesting. You said, I'm afraid in the future people are going to ask, why is she with him?
Yeah.
Because you're just too hot to be with someone like that?
If he continues the way he's going, imagine how much weight he's going to put on. Within, 5 years, he's put on 35 pounds. So another 5 years, another 35 pounds. And I'm always going to look like this. So...
Oh, really?
I am.
How do you know that?
Because I was older when I had my first baby. I was 26, had my first kid, and I know what it takes to get the weight off and to look right. And this is what I like to do. This is me. This is Sandy.
So you call him Fat Daddy?
The kids do, yeah. We call him Fat Daddy.
The kids call me Fat Daddy.
But where did they get that?
Me.
They get it. They get it from you.
Yes.
So what do you think about this?
I think the only thing I need to do is make more money, and I can let my belly go. I don't care about that. I'm in good shape. I can still walk from here to there.
You're not in good shape.
I'm good enough shape.
You're not in good shape.
And nobody else complains.
Are you a good provider?
I'm a very good provider. I think.
She take good care of you?
Yes, very good care of me. Whatever Sandy wants, Sandy gets.
Yeah, my job is to make the money. She just make it look good. That's it.
Yeah, but that's not enough for you. You want to make the money and look good doing it.
Right.
Okay, now Otto says Sandy just thinks everyone is too chubby. Now Sandy's best friend Charisse says Sandy says the meanest things to her about her weight. She picks on you too?
Yes.
What does she say to you?
She calls me Little Debbie.
Little Debbie? From the Little Debbie snacks? Well, you're just pretty proud of the way you turned out, aren't you? She said you should wire your jaw shut so you can't talk or eat.
Why? Why did I say that? Because she calls me and she complains, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. And I'm like, you know what? If you just wire your jaw shut, you can't call me and complain, and you wouldn't eat, and we're both winning.
It's a win-win situation.
So you told her you were talking about having a destination wedding, and she said, not at that weight?
Not at this weight.
What does that mean?
She wanted to get married on the beach. A beach dress requires, slimming. And then afterwards and before, we're going to be on the beach in our bikinis, hanging out, drinking, and partying, and no.
Not at this weight.
Not that.
Yeah.
So you ask, is she superficial?
Yeah. Come on.
No, that's a good shirt. You should get in every color, have them make your bathing suit in it, the wedding juice in it. That's a good shirt because it's like a camouflage. So, but it's under there. It's under there. If I wasn't her friend, I wouldn't tell her that. We've been friends for over 10 years, and when we first started being friends, we were both same size. Yeah, everybody's body is different, but she needs to work a little bit harder.
But I had 3 kids, Dr. Phil.
And I had 2.
But I have 3.
So what are you going to do? How are you going to feel when you start picking up a few wrinkles and things start getting a little closer to the sidewalk? What are you going to do then? You're not going to look the same in 10 years that you do now.
I'm still going to be pretty, and I'm still going to be slim. I'm just going to be an older, pretty, slim woman.
An older, pretty slim woman?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think you're pretty good looking now?
Yeah.
Oh, she's hot. I can't lie, she's hot.
So you think you're pretty hot?
Yes.
Do you have any flaws anywhere?
Oh, yeah.
What
I
are
do.
they?
I have issues. I don't really care for my boobs, but with a good bra, and all my bathing suits are custom made, so they always look great, but...
I like them.
You have no problem with
I
it?
have no complaints.
You have no complaints? All right, we got to take a break. Otto says his wife is not as perfect as she thinks she is. So we're going to find out what he says her weaknesses are when we come back.
I'm trying to shape our kids and give them good eating patterns. But when they get with Daddy, Daddy's like, you can have whatever you'd like. He takes our daughter to the donut shop every morning.
And do not tell Mommy that I took you to eat donuts.
And because I am like worried about our kids' weight, as punishment, I make them do sit-ups. Do 20 sit-ups, do 15 sit-ups. Keep talking, that's 10 more sit-ups. When they're 17 in those bathing suits, mom's getting them right. But for now, it feels like punishment.
Now, what is your name?
Sandy.
Okay, because sometimes on tape you refer to yourself as Sandy.
As far
I was
as
just
the way
curious
I
if you had
pronounce it.
gone European on us or something. Did you notice that? I mean, sometimes it's Sandy, sometimes it's Sandy.
Yes, hi, my name is Sandy. And like Sandy.
It's like
that's your
Target
name.
and Target. I'm going to Target. No, I'm going to Target. Sounds better.
Where do you get your clothes?
I like BB. I like Guess. I like Gucci. I like Donna Karan.
She's a label whore.
I'm a label whore.
She's a label whore.
And how about the shoes?
Oh, these are BB. Oh.
Those are BBs?
Yes, BB.
Is that a short for something else, or is that the real name?
No, it's just BB.
I don't know. All right.
Macy's and Nordstrom's. Then all the labels underneath one roof. Boom.
So you got it.
You got it.
You got it. They love to dress you?
Whom? No, I
The
dress
stores.
myself.
I mean, do they love to,
I pick out my own things. I don't even like when they come to me and say, "Are you looking for something?" I got it. I know what I'm looking for. I don't need your help. I'll let you know when I'm ready to pay.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll let him know when I'm ready to pay.
Yeah. So he can get his fat ass over and pay for it.
Hey, man, come pay for this.
Yeah.
I don't even call him honey. I call him money. Money, I'm ready. And he's like on the cell phone. I'm like, money, come here. He's coming.
Yeah.
He
So
loves
she
it.
doesn't call you fat ass when it's time to pay.
Oh, no, it's I'm the best thing in the world. Hey, honey, but then she calls me fat ass when we're leaving the store.
Yeah.
Hey, fat ass, get the door.
Well, I want to know what the audience thought. So I asked today's audience how much weight their spouse could gain before it became a problem in their relationship. Now, a third of you said no amount would keep you from seeing your spouse's inner beauties. It just didn't matter. Another quarter of the audience would complain if their partner gained 25 pounds. So that's like almost half of you would have a problem if they gained 25 pounds. Really?
See?
But yet 90% of people say personality. That doesn't seem to add up, does it?
No.
Do you like the way you look?
I love the way. Come on, man. Look, I'll make this suit look good. Come on, man. It looks good, right? All right, then. I need to lose no weight.
Yeah.
I'm getting older. I'm not a young man. I gotta look like a grown, mature man.
Yeah. So you want a little beef.
Yeah, little beef. I got
Yeah.
2 daughters. I gotta protect them. Who's gonna respect some little skinny guy running up? Hey, leave my daughters alone.
So what are you going to do if he doesn't decide to go on this Sandy program?
Keep calling him a fat ass.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not going on the program.
He's not.
You're not going to do it?
No, we signed up before for a gym membership, and we had personal training, and he never came, and I ended up using all his sessions because he could never make it.
Yeah. I made it. And I made it out the gym.
Yeah.
Made it in and out.
Do you play any sports? Do you like sports?
No, you know what? I'm a workaholic. Just like I work. I barely get time to do anything like that. Most of my free time is spent with my wife and my kids, so.
Yeah. You do want to take care of your health, right?
Yes.
I mean, seriously, because you do have kids, so forget about Sandy wanting you to be good arm candy. Wanting you to be good arm candy for her, you want to have longevity in your life. And for every 10 pounds you put on, you do shave years off your life. If you could drop 10 or 20 pounds and you could be around for your girls, say, an extra 5 or 10 years, that would be worth it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be worth it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show you some stats on that. You'll be interested to see that it might make a difference. But not because of what she's saying. Just think about it. All right, now next, he thought his girlfriend was hot until she got undressed. Now their relationship is in limbo. Now, we're going to talk to them when we come back.
I never have connected with somebody as well as I have with Donna, but I'm not attracted to her body. The excess skin is repulsive.
It makes me feel less of a person.
What I think about when I see her skin is put some clothes back on.
Now, this was Dawn before she lost 150 pounds. Then she met the man she says she hopes to marry. Paul said sparks flew until he saw her in a bathing suit. 2 years later, Paul says he loves Dawn, but is not in love with her, and here's why he says that.
I got the gastric bypass surgery and I lost 155 pounds. I feel better at 40 than I ever felt at 25.
I never have connected with somebody as well as I have with Dawn, emotionally, spiritually, but I'm not attracted to her body.
Since my surgery, I have a lot of excess skin on my arms, on my stomach, on my thighs.
When I saw the excess skin, I was just flabbergasted. Wow. It was repulsive, and it was like seeing a young, healthy woman in an 80-year-old body.
You do not notice the excess skin when I'm dressed because I hide it pretty well.
Dawn's skin looks like a giant pork rind wrapped around her stomach. I did want to have sex with her, but what I think about when I see her skin is put some clothes back on.
Paul said that it was gross and he could not have sex with me. It just devastated me. It makes me feel less of a person.
It is difficult to get turned on by somebody who looks like that. You want to look away. You don't want to look at it.
He actually started dating another girl. It made me feel inferior, and it just broke my heart.
I have not been exclusive with Dawn. Physical attraction is very important to me. I wish Dawn had a body like Jennifer Aniston.
It bothers me very much that Paul does not want to have sex with me.
Dawn and I have talked about marriage in the past, but if she didn't have the surgery to remove that excess skin, I feel like I'd be settling if I married her.
The girls that Paula has dated in the past have not made him happy, and I feel that I can make him happy.
I do feel like I could get a better looking woman. I don't want a perfect 10, I just want somebody who's normal.
Well, they say they have a plan to rid Dawn's body of the excess skin. The problem is putting the plan into action because Paul says he's struggling with the idea of going all in on this relationship.
The plastic surgeries that I want to get are pretty radical. I want to get a complete body lift.
The surgery will cost over $16,000, so she needs help financing the surgery. It's a big risk to front somebody $15,000 to $20,000. The pressure's on me now. As soon as I swipe that card and sign that away, it's a full court press. It's emotionally stressful, it's financially stressful, it's a gamble, and it's pulling the trigger on that when you're not in love. You know, everything's on the line here.
Paul has two fears when it comes to my plastic surgeries. One, that it won't work, the scarring will be too bad, or two, it'll work too good, and then I'll look too hot, and I'll want to leave him for somebody else.
There's a chance that she could have the surgery, get really hot, and move on to something bigger and better.
Okay. So, tell me how you think your position and your attitude affects her.
I do think it offends her, how I feel, and hurts her feelings, but I also know that she understands that I'm not the first guy that has been down this road with her.
Uh-huh. So, what do you think about this?
I'm frustrated, and it sucks, plain and simple, because he is my best friend, and I've never connected with anybody more than him.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's not the only person that's told me this, and I was just hoping that when we had such a good connection that the physical we could work through it.
I mean, what you could say is you're worth shooting the dice for 15, 20 grand.
And we've discussed that, though. I mean, we have a plan, we have a budget worked out, and he's
You're just not
afraid.
He's not worth the risk.
I guess, yeah, reward's not worth the risk because he feels like he's going to get screwed over.
Because basically he was going to front the money, but then you were going to pay for it, right?
Right.
So it isn't even really your money. She was going to actually pay for it herself.
Right.
You were just going to front the money.
Right.
I mean, $15,000 to $20,000 to sign off on just like that is something that I just don't rush into.
Yeah, I got that. No, that's a significant amount of money, right?
We're not married.
All right, if Dawn goes through with the surgeries, will that be enough for Paul to marry her? Now, my thoughts on this when we come back.
Paul does keep his ex-girlfriends in his life because he's afraid to let go of possibilities. He does date hot party girls because he wants to have fun and go out and party. I wish Paul would grow up.
I'm still at the point where I want to be with attractive women, and I find Dawn physically unattractive.
If this was all gone from her, would you be pursuing her to marry her?
Yeah, I would be going. We'd be definitely having a romantic connection, and there's a lot of things that I love about Dawn. And I know looks aren't everything, but without that physical attraction, how can you get the romance going?
I mean, I get it. I do. I hate looking at it too. I mean, how can I expect somebody to be physically attracted to me when I can't even stand looking in the mirror?
Okay, listen, I understand that you want to improve your body image. What I can't understand is why it's okay with you to be with somebody that tells you in every way he knows how you are not good enough, and furthermore, you're not worth the gamble to get good enough. That says two things to me. Number one, it tells me that your self-esteem is really compromised.
Right.
That you're willing to take that from somebody, and it tells me that you're not in love with this woman. Because if you were in love with her, then you would be part of the solution, not part of the problem. You would be saying, I love you, and I will do whatever it takes for both of us to get comfortable in this situation and scenario.
And you're right, my self-esteem is somewhat low because I've had multiple guys before him tell me the same thing and the same issue. And so it's like, why lose my best friends when if I go out there and whoever I date, they're going to have the same problem?
Okay, you may want to fix this for you.
I do.
But let me, and if you do, I understand that. There are right reasons and wrong reasons to have plastic surgery.
Sure.
This is a right reason. I mean, you have had a major body reconfiguration. It's left you with excess tissue that you don't need.
Exactly.
And you don't want. But here's your problem. And I've seen this happen so many times when women, usually it's a woman, get something like this done, and then somebody says, okay, now that you've lost the weight, now that you've had the surgery, now that you've made these changes, now I lust after you. And at that point, your body image is going to be improved. Mm-hmm. Your self-image is probably going to be improved. Mm-hmm. And you are at real risk of looking at him and saying, well, you know what? I wasn't good enough for you before, so you ain't good enough for me now. I'm just telling you, I've seen this happen an awful lot.
If we weren't best friends and if we didn't have the connection that we do have, I think it would be easier to leave. And I've never connected with somebody so much that it's so important to me to keep him in my life. But I want to do it for me. I want to do it because I want to be sexy for whoever I'm with, if it's Paul or not Paul. I want to look sexy for me. And then that way my partner's happy and I know that I've done everything I can to make him happy.
Best friends don't hurt best friends.
But if I didn't feel this way about myself, if I felt okay with what I look like and he was telling me I wasn't perfect, then I could see that being a problem. But I'm not happy with it. So
But are you happy with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you like your personality?
I'm intelligent. I have my master's degree. I went to school and worked hard. I have a great job. I'm a giving person. I take care of people. I love everything about me. The one thing the one thing that's holding me back with having what I want out of life is the skin. That is an ugly, disgusting reminder of the past that I don't want to see anymore. I'm tired of it. And every time I look in the mirror, I know from here up, I love what I see and I know I'm a good person. But I'm tired of being reminded of that fat girl that I used to be. Mm-hmm. I don't want to remember that I was 300 pounds because I'm happy with being 145 pounds. And I'm never going to go back there. But I don't want to look at it anymore. It's like these tumors on my body that nobody will help me get rid of because I don't have $16,000. Mm-hmm. And now I'm gonna lose the love of my life because of it. Because of some stupid skin.
If your love of your life would withhold himself from you and would not commit to you, not even gamble on you over some stupid skin, as you call it, why would you settle for that? And that's just what you say, right? That's who you are. You're saying, that's how I feel. You're just being honest. And I'm glad you're being honest, but I think your truth, the truth about which you are being honest, it should be offensive to you.
It is.
It should be offensive to you.
If we're not able to get romantic, I'm not able to let it flow, you know? We're just still in the friend zone with each other. And
I mean, but we do get flirty and we do hug and, you know, we have a great time, but we just don't cross that line to intimacy because
it's part of it's respect.
I mean,
respect for her and
exactly.
not leading her down that road and using her.
I don't think people think that's respect for her. I think it's that you think it's gross, so you don't want to do it.
Well, I'm respecting the fact that you don't have sex before marriage.
So you're married to these other girls you're having sex with?
No, I'm saying.
Well, you said it. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
You said I respect that you just don't have sex before marriage, but you say you're sleeping with these other girls?
I'm not saying that I'm sleeping with these other girls. I might have romantic dates with these other girls, but who says that I'm actually sleeping with any of these girls?
Are you?
I'm not. Is that so wrong these days to...
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, so you're having romantic dates with these other girls that you're not willing to do with her. What are you doing with them that you're not willing to do with her?
Well, I'm not saying that I've never had sex before outside of marriage. I've never been married before. But with Dawn, I want to do it right. And especially with what I'm dealing with and what we're looking at here in regards to the excess skin, it's hard for me to get romantic.
Right. You made a decision. You're not interested in doing this with her.
Well, not at this point where we're not married, we don't live together.
But see, that's just it. We're not married and we don't live together, so he won't take the gamble. But then we can't get married and live together until we get it fixed. So it's like in a catch-22. Yeah. So what do I do?
And you know, I'm in a dilemma about this, frankly, because you know, I can help you get this done, and I want to do that. I want to help you get this done, but I feel like by doing that, I'm feeding into the toxic nature of this relationship.
Really? But why is it toxic in the fact that he's being honest with me? I mean, all these other guys have said the exact same thing. And they haven't been willing to stick around for even a little bit.
It's toxic because if he loved you, then he would love you through it. He would say, look, I love you, and you are good enough for me, and we can work together to do this for both of us, but that's not what he's saying.
But I think he loves me as his best friend, but he doesn't love me as the woman he wants to marry right now. But when it comes down to it, if a man is not attracted to his wife, he's going to be looking at other women. He's going to be looking at other things.
All right. Should I help her do this? Or is it is it unhealthy to do this? I mean, what do you think? You know, I really have a dilemma. I'm just being honest. Because I think, I'm being honest because I think you are being very superficial. And maybe she's not the one for you and maybe you don't love her. And if so, you should just say that. But I think you're being, I think this falls below the standard of what I know with 35 years of experience. This falls below the standard. If he really loved you and he was really committed to you then this wouldn't matter. This would be something that went on the to-do list.
I agree.
And if I felt that you were saying, I'm going to do this for me, whether he's here or whether he's not, then I would feel very differently about it. But I think you're doing it to please him.
Oh, no.
No, it's
Absolutely not. If Paul were not in my life, I still want, like I said, I want to get this done for me because I hate wearing a swimsuit. I hate going shopping. I mean, my clothes pinch me. I get rashes. I feel like when I look in the mirror, you know what I feel like? I feel like a little candle's object that's been sitting too close to the fire and is just melting. And it's disfigured. And it's disgusting. And how can I go on with life with this stuff hanging on me that just is an ugly reminder of being 300 pounds? I mean, seriously. I'm to the point where if I can't get this taken care of, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't want to be alone for the rest of my life. But I know that men aren't gonna accept me, and I'm not doing it for the men. I'm not. A lot of people think I am, but I'm not. When I weighed 300 pounds, I was not attractive. I felt like a big blob. Look at that. I felt like a big blob, and I worked hard. I worked hard to lose 150 pounds. I worked hard. I almost died twice.
All right, I'm going to think about this. I'm going to think about this. I really am. I have a real problem with this dynamic. Let me think about this, okay? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to talk to the next couple that are here, and I'm going to be thinking about this. So right back.
Sal's 50, but he looks 60. Sal thinks he's gorgeous.
I've never had a problem with the ladies.
My only problem with Sal is that I am not physically attracted to him.
Before we meet my next guest, take a look at these pictures. Tell me how old you think she is. Just shout it out. All right, okay. I hear a lot of you saying 35. Now take a look at this guy. Tell me how old you think he is. Okay, all right. I hear most of you saying 60-ish. All right, well, this is Cynthia, and her actual age is 45. This is her boyfriend, Sal, and he's 50. Well, Cynthia's been dating Sal for about a year, and she says she absolutely loves this man, but she is embarrassed by his looks on the outside. Take a look.
I love Sal. I love the way Sal makes me feel. Like I'm the only woman on this planet. My only problem with Sal is that I am not physically attracted to him. Sal's 50, but he looks 60. Sal thinks he's gorgeous.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give myself a 10. I've never had a problem with the ladies.
He has no sense of style. No, he's still stuck in the 70s. Looks ridiculous. He wears sloppy clothes.
I'm a mechanic, so when I come home, I take a shower and I put jeans back on. Okay, how about that one?
That's from 1987.
I feel like I can dress up with the best of them.
Sal's idea of dressing up is coming out of the bedroom in a pair of boots and polyester pants with a t-shirt on. I can't even take it seriously. What am I supposed to do? That's not funny to me. That makes me mad. I haven't told my 3 children about Sal because I'm embarrassed about how he looks. I'm gonna be like, Mom, for real?
You get this, don't you? Sandy, you get this. In Sandy's world, you get this. You two can hang.
Probably, yeah. You know, I get my hair done, I get my nails done, I get my toes done. I do all kinds of things to be attractive for him. Plus, because that's the way I live my life. But
if he worked at it, would it matter?
I think so, yeah. And I say things all the time, but he's like, what's wrong with the way I look?
Because I will say this. I will say this to you and to you both. I do think things that you can work on, things that you can do to please your partner, I think that's healthy. I think it's okay.
Right.
I mean, if you make an effort.
Yeah, I'm not asking him to get plastic surgery or anything. He's got a belly. I don't care about his belly. I shake it. I don't care. It's the hair and the, you know, the clothes. Oh, God, the clothes. The clothes.
All right, well.
I'm so afraid of what he's coming out in.
Okay, so they've been dating for 8 months. And so I said, okay, I do think it's reasonable to work on yourself and present yourself as best you can. Now, her big concern is that he looks much older than she does. So we spruced him up a little bit in terms of his hair and in terms of his wardrobe. So, Sal, come on out.
You want a little diaper?
Okay. Now, first off, how do you think he looks?
He looks completely different. I don't know what I like.
Yeah, I think so.
It's going to take a little time to get used to it. Yeah, he looks completely...
Well, the hair's different. The mustache is gone. You dress sharp. I mean, you look good.
Wow.
Thank
I
you.
mean, it's not like I got a man crush on you, but you look good.
I like myself, too, when I looked in the mirror.
Did you? Did you like the way you look?
Oh, yeah.
You see, I think if to the extent that we can be sensitive to our partners, I think it's a good thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you made an effort. Here, do you respect the effort?
Absolutely.
How you think he looks?
He looks wonderful.
You think he looks, you think he looks better?
Yes.
So, and tell me what you think about your look. When you looked in the mirror, what'd you think?
Oh, I thought I was hot.
He always thinks he's
No, the difference, it made a big difference. I mean, just getting rid of the mustache and a little bit of the gray
Yeah.
made a big difference.
Yeah. So would you be embarrassed to go out with him now?
No,
You embarrassed to sit here with him?
absolutely not.
Are you pleased?
I am very pleased.
So you're happy with this? See,
Yes.
it's easy. It takes so little effort sometimes to please your partner. So that's what we wanted to do. Okay. We're going to move on. When we come back, I'm going to tell Don what I think. The question is, do I think it's reasonable and healthy to help her get this body makeover, or is that just playing into a really bad dynamic that's going to lead her to getting hurt in the future? Decision time when we come back. Well, we've been talking today about just simply sometimes people think their partner's just not hot enough. So the question, and I'm seldom without an opinion, you know, not always right, but never in doubt, as they say. So the question is it healthy for me to do this for you, or is it just simply playing into what I think is an unhealthy relationship dynamic? So my question is, do I arrange to have this surgery done for you, or do I not? And I'm curious what you think. If you think that I should not do it because it just plays into the bad aspect of this relationship, stand up. Okay, a lot of people say no. If you think no, you should do it, stand up. Okay. Well, I decided before I took the vote, I did, but I am going to do this. And we contacted Dr. Craig Hobar. He's a plastic surgeon in Don's hometown. He's been in practice for 20 years, and when he heard about Don's dilemma, he generously stepped up to partner with us in getting this done for you. And you have to pass a psych evaluation, which I have every confidence that you will. Then he's going to be performing the surgeries, because it's multiple, that we talked about. And we're going to follow you through this process. And then I want you to come back here with Dr. Hobar. You and Dr. Hobar come back here after all of this is done, if you and he decide that it's medically sound for you to do this. So I am going to make this available to you.
Thank you so much.
My primary reason, and I have concerns, because I think this is not a good dynamic here. I don't think there's a great future here. And I simply didn't think that I should penalize you because of him. Okay? And If you had come here by yourself without him, and I heard everything that you had to say and the reasoning behind it, then I would have wanted to do what I could to help you. So I'm kind of doing this in spite of your relationship, because I don't think it's healthy. And a lot of people here think you're going to wind up kicking him to the curb when this is over. Maybe not. But we're going to follow you along with this, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here so long.
Today on Dr. Phil, psychic dilemmas.
I'm a healthy skeptic about this.
He's afraid that the world will end on December 21st, 2012.
Now, you've been stocking up.
19 boxes of spaghetti, 12 boxes of mac and cheese.
You have 44 bags of frozen fish sticks. Now, if the world is going to come to an end, chances are pretty good you're not going to have a freezer. By the way, I way hope you're wrong, because we got some plans for January that I'm really looking forward to.
She is addicted to psychics.
Over the years, I've probably spent at least $50,000 easily.
They'll tell you anything you want for $6.99 a minute. You got to hang up the phone and quit blowing your money.
Her boyfriend died at the Aurora shootings.
You said you went there with the man you loved, but you went home alone.
I think I've lived through the worst day of my life. I'm only 21.
Now, world-renowned medium John Edward
John is asked not to know any details about this guest story.
gives a cold reading.
Is he shot?
Beyond amazing.
He's not Josh or Jason, because he told me to call him JT. He said JT. JT.
Let's do it. If we're going to do something here that matters, then we got to deal with the truth.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If I can help get this family back on track, are you willing to do that?
Pretty free. Take it.
This is going to be a changing day in your life.
The Mayan calendar predicts the end of time to occur in 2012.
The family's preparing for the end of the world. A 12-gauge shotgun.
If we're carrying this out on the street for some reason, all hell broke out, end of the world type situation.
A surprising number of people actually believe that it's all over.
Are you one of those who believe the world is coming to an end in December 2012? Anybody here believe that? Anybody here believe that there is such a thing as good versus evil? Yeah, that you believe. All right. Well, you all know that I don't necessarily buy into all of this paranormal psychic stuff. I'm sorry, I don't. I consider myself a healthy skeptic. But today, I'm going to move out of my comfort zone to deal with the unknown, admittedly scientifically unproven. My first guest has been here before and made quite an impact with some guests, raised a few eyebrows with viewers. Please welcome back world-renowned psychic medium and author of his latest book, Fallen Masters, John Edward. Good to see you. Have a seat. You're looking very dapper today.
I try. I'm trying.
Yeah, that's good. So, you heard me say, and you and I have talked before, John and I have spent many hours talking off camera, and you know that I'm what I consider to be a healthy skeptic about this. I'm not like a total cynic, but...
Well, to skeptics, I encourage that. I encourage skepticism, and I think it's important to be the way exactly you say you are. Because skepticism means that you're an explorer, and if you're an explorer, that could lead to discovery. And I think people misuse the word skeptic when it comes to the subject matter. When somebody is a cynic, they've already made up their mind, and their belief system is to not have one. So I like people to be right in the middle of that skeptical place.
You've written a book called Fallen Masters.
Yes.
And this is actually a novel instead of a nonfiction. Why a novel?
I love writing fiction. It's more my passion, quite honestly. People know me more for writing nonfiction books, but I prefer teaching through fiction.
There's a quote in this book. It's on page 18. And it says, and it's from one of the characters, and I'm not going to reveal who.
Okay.
It's on page 19, actually.
This is a test.
No, it says, the quote is the one thing that I know in my heart is true, is that something of epic proportions is coming towards us, and we soon might be faced with making some pretty important choices. I want to introduce somebody to this conversation that has to do with this quote. It's not the character, because that's a fictional character. Neil says that he does believe a dramatic change in the weather, earthquakes, meteorites, or other catastrophic events will cause the world to end in December of 2012. Take a look at this.
My husband became obsessed with the world ending about a year ago.
I do believe that the world could sink into a black hole in 2012.
My husband's beliefs are causing a real conflict between us. He has stocked our home with food, water, ammunition, and vitamins. My husband has spent more than $3,000 preparing for the world to end. This has been overwhelming for me, and I don't feel like this is the way it should be.
I do think that when the time comes, she's really going to thank me for what I've done. Right next to our bed, I keep my Smith & Wesson M&P. For additional firepower, we have our Mossberg 500 shotgun.
We have 3 small children at home, and it makes me feel uncomfortable with them being there.
I don't have a bunker. I would love to have a bunker, but my wife's a little claustrophobic, so it doesn't appear that we're going to have one anytime soon.
In the kitchen, you'll find that all of the cupboards are completely stacked.
This is one of my outside overflow areas. We have over 80 rolls of paper towel, 19 boxes of spaghetti, 12 boxes of mac and cheese. We have liquid vitamins, antibiotics. We have enough battery power to operate a small nation at this point.
This is where my husband has stored over 50 blankets in this closet here, and I say there's enough blankets there to probably warm the whole neighborhood. It upsets me that my husband has taken money out of the children's college fund to buy food.
Over here we have one of our freezers. This one's completely stocked from top to bottom. This freezer's stocked as well.
This is causing some strain in our relationship.
It has caused strains because she thinks I'm obsessive about it, but I know that I'm doing the right thing.
Now, you've been stocking up. You've got 15 cases of 24-pack bottled water. We're scrolling now. You got 2,740 items. I did the math. You got 6 cups of fruit cups. You got chocolate bars, cans of soup, crackers, 2 jars of grape jelly, 104 ounces of ketchup. I mean, you've got a lot of stuff.
Dr. Phil, it's overwhelming for me with the 3 kids and, you know, no place to go with the stuff. He also says that if the world doesn't end, something bad else could happen.
You're now on television in front of millions of people, so they know you got stuff.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
Believe it or not, that was my biggest concern on coming on the show.
Well, seriously, because, I mean, people see this, and they're there saying, like, he's got paper towels. They might do it. You said he's actually spending money from the kids' college fund.
Because what he has doesn't stop, it continues.
What he's saying is absolutely spot on from an astrological standpoint. There is an end of days happening, as the Mayans are saying it, but it's a consciousness shift, not a physical world ending. So he's absolutely correct in the saying that there's an end that's coming. It's what we do with that end and how we move through that.
But see, I look at this, and you don't mind me asking you questions,
No,
do
not
you?
at all.
Okay. And by the way, I way hope you're wrong.
So do I.
Yeah, because we got some plans for January.
I'm just saying.
we got some plans for January that I'm really looking forward to. Seriously, you know, you really think about that stuff when you talk about this. But I look at this, and some of it, there seems to be a breakdown of logic within your belief system. You have 44 bags of frozen fish sticks. Now, if the world is going to come to an end, there's going to be an infrastructure collapse. Chances are pretty good you're not going to have a freezer. Does that seem inconsistent to you to have frozen foods headed for a non-frozen food environment?
Well, the 2 major priorities before 12/21 in our household right now is a generator, just to keep the freezers running.
If it comes January 1st of 2013, and you're sitting there watching the Cowboys on Sunday, nothing happened, what do you say to yourself?
I'm going to be pretty happy. The first thing that's going to happen is we're going to start working on the frozen foods. Those are going to be filtered through. Everything that's dried, I'm going to work on long-term storage. Because Mayan calendar be damned, something else could be around the corner.
But I do believe in balance, even if you believe this. And you got to hedge your bets, I get, but college funds and things like that, I mean, keep some balance about this.
Yeah, I agree.
Next, we're going to talk to a woman who lost her house, her car, and over $50,000 calling psychic hotlines. She's even posed as a fake psychic to earn money to buy more time with the psychics to get readings. We'll talk to her when we come back. You didn't call 911. You didn't call the police. You didn't call your doctor after being date raped. You called your psychic. What the hell is they going to tell you? Well, we're here with world-renowned psychic medium John Edwards, whose latest book, Fallen Masters, is on Amazon.com and wherever books are sold today. Now, there is something about this guy that makes ladies sit up and listen when he talks. I need some of that. So maybe it's the vest, or I mean, the vest. So we invited 10 female fans together to talk about their love of all things psychic. Now, little did they know that they were going to come face to face with the medium himself. This was fun. Take a look. We brought together some of John's biggest supporters who are also die-hard psychic fans. These ladies had no idea that John was about to crash their party.
Hey guys, I hear there's a big psychic party happening in this building. So follow me and let's see what happens. There's a party without me. Hey guys, how are you?
I'm good, thank
Nice to see you. Thanks to be here. Aww. I don't get this reaction often.
John wasted no time in beginning his readings.
Who's Joe? Anybody behind that curtain?
That was
They tell me somebody had to be taken off life support. There's a J name.
Not one of our invitees connected with the name Joe until...
Joe.
Our makeup artist makes a serious connection.
Who's Joe?
My dad.
Has he passed?
On February 7th.
Okay. Joe's here. You had to take him off life support?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you argue with someone and say, this is not what he wanted?
I screamed, Daddy's not supposed to die like this.
Your dad is making me feel like he's okay. And he's making me feel like that he didn't always have the words in life to be able to say this. Do you understand? And is Mary your mom?
No, Maureen.
Maureen. Is your mom?
Was my mother.
Okay, because I'm getting the MR lady as being your mom. She's a tyrant. Energy-wise.
She was.
Holy.
She was terrible.
Crap.
I'm so overwhelmed, I don't even know what to do with myself.
Then, John picks up on someone or something else in the room.
And his mom passed for somebody here? Can I jump in over there? Thank you. Excuse me. Here's what's happening. As I was talking to Dad, who's Joe, across the room, I got pulled over here and lets me know that Mom's there. She came to you in a dream.
Yes, she did.
And she's telling me to tell you that that was real. Like, that wasn't you wishing it. When she passed, one of you got in bed with her, but she's telling me that she knows that you did that. You understand? Okay. And she wants you to know that she watched. Like, she was there to watch that take place. But she wants to know that she's okay, she's watching over the family.
Oh, thank you.
I know that you gave up your time to be here and to do this, and you didn't know that I was coming. So thank you, guys, for being here and for... Thank you.
It was just amazing. Absolutely. He was so right on in certain things that it was just like, yep.
I was sitting off to the side, away out of camera, and he said, somebody on life support, and my heart stopped. And then I heard, does someone know a Joe? This was not planned. I had no intention of even coming up here. Today was a blessing.
Well, I bet my next guest wishes she was at the mixer. Andrea is a self-proclaimed addict when it comes to psychics. In fact, she has been banned from 10 psychic hotlines. Take a look at this.
Hi, Dr. Phil and John. My name is Andrea, and I've been addicted to psychics for the past 10 years. It's a deep, deep addiction for me. It's pretty much obsessive. I want the psychics to tell me that everything's going to be okay, that I'm going to find true love, that I'm going to be happy, that my kids are going to be okay, that life isn't going to be hard. Over the years, I've probably spent at least $50,000 easily. I have taken money from family members, taken their charge cards, even went to my kids to ask them for money. I've called so many psychic hotlines that I'm now banned from at least 10 of them. I've made up new email accounts. I have 6 email accounts now. I've called the bank and told them that my charge card was lost or stolen. I got a P.O. box so that I could give a different address. I even went so far as I lost the house I was living in because I kept calling psychics and I wasn't paying the bill. My question for Dr. Phil is, how can I learn not to rely on the psychics for validation?
Can we just kind of cut to the chase here? You're kind of a psychic psycho. And you say you've been addicted for 14 years, you've been evicted, you've had your car repossessed, because you're using your rent and mortgage money on psychics. 1 month you spent $800 on psychics.
It's like when everything's falling apart, I want somebody to tell me it's gonna be better, you know? Nothing's bad's gonna happen, and if one psychic won't do it, I'll hang up on her and call another one. You know, I mean, I know it's not realistic, or a good thing to do, or a positive thing to do, but instead of dealing with, like, people dying or kids getting sick or anything, I call the psychic and she's going to tell me, oh, everything's going to be wonderful. And I want to believe it, even if it's not reality.
Okay, but, and I'm going to ask John to weigh in on this, but you didn't call 911, you didn't call the police, you didn't call your doctor after being date raped, you called your psychic? What the hell is they going to tell you? This is something that's already happened. And something as important to you as somebody violating your body, violating your consciousness, violating your rights as a human being, and you call a psychic, that bothers me more than your car getting repossessed. It bothers me more than your house mortgage getting behind. That you don't value yourself enough to get some right now in the moment help instead of some voice on a phone somewhere.
All these things are going through my mind of, I can't tell this person, I can't tell this person, I don't want to call the police because I don't want to go through the trauma. And so, yeah, it was crazy. So I call a psychic and they're going to tell me everything's going to be fine, it's going to go away. This man's never going to come near me again. He's not going to come back and try it again because I didn't tell the police.
It is reckless and irresponsible
It
for
is.
somebody on the phone to tell you that's a quack, reckless, irresponsible charlatan to tell you that. So what do you think about this addiction she has?
I don't think this is the first time you were abused. I think something happened to you when you were in elementary school or in high school. I think something happened back then. And I think as a result of that, you have been trying to grab on or latch on to someone telling you that you're going to be safe and okay.
Out of everything you said to us, I wrote one thing down in particular, in bold, and underlined it. Do you want me to read what it was?
I know, I agree with you. I saw what you wrote and it's true.
It says, I want psychics to tell me that I won't be alone for the rest of my life. I want them to tell me that somebody out there loves me and wants to be with me. They'll tell you that for $6.99 a minute. They'll tell you anything you want. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear, because I told you I think you're psychic psycho. That's got to go away.
Right.
What I'm willing to do with you is get somebody that's going to help you heal these wounds from earlier in your life.
Okay.
I'm going to get an exercise physiologist, a nutritionist, a physician. I'm going to put together a team of people that will help you help yourself. And if you will grab on and do that, I will do it, but you got to hang up the phone and quit blowing your money talking to these quacks.
Thank you. I don't know what to say to you.
Okay? Will you do that? I'm getting ready to talk to a woman that has suffered the unthinkable, and she's got questions for me. She may have questions for John. I don't know. In order to maintain integrity and authenticity of that process, John is asked not to know the name or the age or any specific details about this guest story. So I'm going to send John backstage, and then I'm going to talk to this lady who has some very real pain and some very real questions. We'll be right back.
The worst mass shooting in this country's history took place in a movie theater.
Well, if you're just tuning in, I have had psychic medium John Edward on the show today. Before the break, I asked John to go backstage so he would not hear any of the details of this next story. I don't know that she's going to want to talk to him at all or that he would want to talk to her at all. I don't know. But I know she has a serious question and needs some serious help with it. So I'm going to make sure that happens to the extent that I can influence that. Just 1 month ago, Jansen experienced the unthinkable. Words can't even express what she's been through. Take a look.
The worst mass shooting in this country's history took place in a movie theater.
Some of the people at the movie thought the smoke and the shots were part of the show.
Medic 109, they need you.
John Blunk immediately threw Jansen Young down to the concrete floor, covering her with his body, saving her life, and ultimately sacrificing his own life.
My boyfriend John and I went to go see the midnight premiere of The Dark Knight Rises. About 10 minutes in, there was this big boom, and John grabbed my hips and pushed me down behind the seat and said, "Get down and stay down. There's a man in a movie theater shooting people."
The bullets flew from 3 of Holmes's 4 guns.
And I could just hear a lot of booms, like over and over, just boom, boom, boom. My hair was completely matted in blood, and I had blood all over my chest and all down my shirt and all over my pants, and John was on my left-hand side. I was on my stomach on the ground. I could hear breathing, and I was thinking, this is it. Like, I'm gonna die. This is when I die, right here. And then the shooting stopped, and the breathing next to me stopped. I shook John, and I was like, "John, come on, we gotta go, we gotta go." And he just laid there, shaking John and lifting his shoulder up, and he just looked like he was sleeping. His eyes were closed. He wasn't supposed to die from a gunshot. John was my life. He was my everything. We did everything together. It's like I wake up and I have this 1 second of normalcy, and John's asleep next to me, and then I realize that's not how it is. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel, and at what point does like the pain go away, you know?
Well, Jansen, thank you for being here. Tell me what you say to yourself when you go out at night expecting to see a movie with the man you love and just have a good time and relax and go home, and then this happens. What do you say to yourself about that?
There's nothing you can say. It's unthinkable, exactly. It's unbelievable. You know, I'm still in disbelief. We just went to go see a movie, and then I didn't bring the man that I love home with me.
You went together and you came home alone. When did it hit you? What was happening?
I honestly didn't believe, know for sure that it was real until I saw John on the floor and was trying to get him.
You thought maybe it was part of the...
No, I mean, I just thought it was an act. The whole time I was trying to downsize it. This is just some kids throwing fireworks, and all these people around me are acting so that these kids are getting a bang out of it. I kept thinking, oh, they're throwing water balloons. This stuff, running onto me is just water from a water balloon, and these people are confused. They don't know they've really been shot. And I kept getting hit with things, too, and I was like, have I been shot? No, that's probably not what a bullet feels like, so...
But it wasn't water running onto you?
It was just from the rows above us, running down.
Right. And at what point did you realize he had been shot?
When I tried to get him up, I thought there was a chance because I could hear that breathing, but then I kept trying to downsize it, this isn't real. And then when I tried to get John up and he was unresponsive, I knew he'd been shot.
How do you get beyond this?
I've decided that really, at this point, the best thing I can do is memorialize John for being a hero, and hopefully I can heal. I want to heal quick so that I can help the others in the movie theater. I want to be able to help others get through their grieving, because this is not easy. I can say I think I've lived through the worst day of my life, and I'm only 21.
You said you went there with a man you loved, but you went home alone. Take me through that night when you got home.
Well, actually, I got out of the movie theater, and the cops took one look at me, and they were like, "Whoa, have you been shot?" Because I was just covered in blood, head to toe. We went home after that, and I showered and tried to get the blood out of my hair, and then I saw...
Was there a lot of blood in your hair?
Oh, yeah, it was matted, matted to my head, because there was so much blood in my hair, I had to wash it 4 times. And when I got out of the shower, I went into my bedroom to get dressed, and he had changed shirts the night before, and I didn't even realize it. And his shirt was laying on my bed, and it still smelled like him, and it had his cologne. And so I put it on and wore it the entire rest of the day, still hoping that he was still alive.
What question do you have for me?
later.
Who passed in the accident?
My boyfriend.
He's not Josh or Jason or the J name, is he? So you said you say JT. JT.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel about the man that walked into this theater and shot all these people?
I'm not going to be very happy if he tries to plead insanity, because I don't think he's insane.
So you hope he's held accountable?
Yeah.
What question do you have for me? What do you do next? I mean, is that it?
What's going to help me heal the most so that I can help others get through this too?
What I want to tell you is that right now, you probably are still in shock somewhat. And that's not just a psychological phenomenon, it's actually a neurological phenomenon. It's kind of like if you ever get hit in the head sometimes where you kind of got a little buzz, you know, where you're a little that way for a while. That's kind of where you are at this point. And so you need to accept the fact that you're not 100% yourself right now. And I say that because you want to be careful what you ask of yourself at this point. And I can tell you that talking about this is so important. It is so helpful. Because if you don't, if you withdraw and you take it all inside, you can become very isolated, and this can just eat away at you. It's good and healthy to talk about it. And accept the fact that grieving is a natural process. And it may take you months, it may take you a year. I don't know. Everyone is different. And please don't think that there's something wrong with you if for a few minutes on a given day you feel okay. Because then you'll sit down and go, my God, how could I feel okay? I forgot about him. Is that all I cared? I mean, like after a month, I spent a day and I didn't think about him for an hour? That's okay. That's just, your mind will compartmentalize this so that you continue to function. That doesn't mean that you're abandoning him or his memory. It's just your mind's way of giving you some relief. And honor his memory. You know, don't put all of his pictures away because they're painful to look at. Leave them out. Talk about him. And I'm one of those people that truly believes that death is a change. It's not an end. We go from a physical relationship to a spiritual relationship. Now, you know John is here today. Do you want to talk to John?
Yeah, I do.
Because I'll arrange for you to talk to him backstage, and we'll see where that goes. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Next, we're going to meet a woman with a ghost in her past, and she does need John's help. We'll be right back.
Hello there.
Hi.
How are you? I saw you sitting in the audience, so did you get a chance to speak?
Yeah.
Who passed in the accident?
My boyfriend.
Okay, and was he the middle name Thomas?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're talking about the same person. I don't know if he's trying to tell me that you were in the paper, or if he's trying to tell me that he made headlines. But he's making me feel like this, headlines. We make headlines in some way. Multiple headlines.
Mhm.
So he's showing that to me in a certain way. Either he's trying to make me feel like he protected you, or you protected him. There's something about the feeling of protection. But did this just happen? Like, is he only gone a short period of time? He showed me the end of the movie The Titanic. And at the end of the movie The Titanic, there is a reference where the Leonardo DiCaprio character tells Kate Winslet, you're going to go on to live an amazing life. You're going to go on to do this. You're going to go on to do all that. Okay? He's not Josh or Jason or the J name, is he? Okay, because he's telling me to call him JT. So he's saying say JT. JT.
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to know that he's okay. And he's telling me, do not harp on how I got there. Don't harp on how I got there. Because it's not what defines him. Is he shocked?
Mm-hmm.
He's with family who've gone on before him, and I always tell people like they're okay. All right? I hope that this helps in some way.
It does.
Well, we're back with psychic medium John Edward, whose latest book, Fallen Masters, is on Amazon.com and in bookstores today. My next guest, Rhea, is seeking help from both myself and John. I'm going to have John read her first before I talk to her. Rhea, why don't you come up here? Let me help you on these steps here. I'll just, I'll give you my chair here, and
He's bringing you closer. See if my aim gets better.
yeah. Now, I think I want to tell you a little bit of her story.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Mm-hmm.
And
But before you say that, can I just ask, does somebody have a son that's passed?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a son that's passed? No. Okay. Can I just say one other thing?
Sure.
Somebody back there has a son that's passed. I'm supposed to bring up the murky water. I'm back there. So what happens is this becomes a game of tag for me. And
okay.
once
Stand
somebody's
up.
relative grabs my attention.
Stand up. We'll take all the time we need.
Your son's passed?
Don't worry about that.
He's not missing his opportunity to let mom know that he's okay?
Because
Do you understand this?
I would believe that, yes.
Okay. He's telling me to bring up the murky water. Why is he bringing up the murky water? Was he found there?
He was lost there.
Okay. He's telling me...
It took him 5 days to find him, and there were divers from 2 different states and 5 different counties looking for him.
Now, you were not some of the... You did not talk to the producers about this, correct? Like, you didn't talk to anybody here? Nobody knows why you're here? I just want to protect the integrity of this. Was your son very cocky? Because he's making me feel like, I don't care they're doing a TV show. I'm talking to my mom. Like, that's how he's coming across. He's talking about being one of 3, so I don't know if he's one of 3 of your pregnancies, but he's talking about being one of 3, and he's saying to tell you Chris. Who is Chris?
Christopher is his brother. Basically, it's his best friend.
Okay.
And Christopher is the one that was right down the road from him. And that...
Is Christopher still here? I need you to let Christopher know that Lloyd is okay. And he knows about the can. I don't know what this is, but something about a can. I feel like I'm looking at a regular can, like a can that I could take the label off, and it's plain now. It's a silver can. And I feel like I could put something like coins in it, or there's a story about something with the can. It might have a personal meaning that's connected there. All right? I hope that this helps. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you for that. This is Rhea. And at age 17, Rhea was with her mother's boyfriend back when she was 17, and his brother, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And she witnessed them rob and kill a man. True?
Yes.
But you didn't report that to anyone.
Correct.
What do you want to talk to John about, and what questions do you have for him?
Like you said, at 17, my mother's former boyfriend robbed, shot, and killed a man, and I was there. I was also arrested and convicted of the murder because I was there, and I failed to report the crime or prevent it, and I spent 12 years of my life in prison. My greatest concern is the victim in the case. I knew him, and he was a friend. So I have lived a very long time wondering if he knows that I didn't kill him.
The person on the other side knows that you're not responsible for that, because they will get that when they're there. When we cross over, we do what's called a life review, and we get a chance to experience and understand what it is that the life we just lived. And it's kind of like graduation day, looking back on all the years that we experienced. And I feel like in some respect, when that person crossed, you probably know how the person passed, so I don't have to say that, but that person knows how they got there. So because of the association, because of the connection, because of how things went down, they would know that you're not affiliated with that and got painted with that broad stroke. I'm so sorry that you experienced that.
Let me ask you something. You said that you feel like you're judged every day of your life.
I am. I go to try to get jobs. I'm currently enrolled in college, but I have so many degrees already. And I try to go get jobs that I'm overqualified for. And I get the doors slammed in my face because of a criminal conviction. And, I have children that I just want to provide a good life for. So it's hard.
You've got to decide that all the skills and abilities, you're here for a reason. You didn't get killed that day. You have made it this far in life. There are people that depend on you, and you depend on yourself, and you got to decide, I'm going to claim that. I mean, whatever happened, you paid your debt. You went to prison, you did what you had to do, and now you're out, and it's time for you to decide, I made bad choices, I'm going to make better choices now. And you need help with that. And and we will help you with that. Because you're too young to say, well, it's over. I mean, you got too many things that you can do, right?
Yeah.
Are you smart?
Yes.
Do you have a good work ethic?
Yes.
Are you willing to keep putting one foot in front of the other?
Yes, without a doubt.
And you're willing to do what you have to do to be comfortable in your own skin.
Mm.
You just need help doing it. Next, we're going to talk to a woman who consults a crystal before every big decision, including whether she should appear on the show today. Plus, John is going to read for the audience. We'll be right back.
Hi, Dr. Phil and John. It's Patricia, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about my crystal. I know that many of us consult experts. I consult a crystal, and it's a special crystal that I selected, and it's sort of sacred for me. I don't play games with it. I ask it questions on a fairly regular basis. I use it for very big decisions in my life. I consulted it in coming on the show. The question I have for Dr. Phil is, do you believe information comes to us from a place you cannot describe? And do you believe that we all have gifts and talents beyond that which is what is in front of us?
Well, that was Patricia, who says her catchphrase is "Don't mess with the crystal." So do you have that crystal with you?
I do.
Can I see it? Okay. You asked the crystal if it was a good idea to come here on the show?
I asked, yes, because my story was certainly not about the crystal. It was a greater story than that.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know if this would be for good or if it would be, mistaken by others.
What did the crystal say?
It said I should come here.
It said you should come here?
Yes.
Oh. I thought it said no, but it could turn into an okay idea.
Oh, I asked specifically if this show would be a good show. And that's where there was some indifference.
Oh, it would be a good show?
Yes.
How do you feel about that sort of thing?
Well, two things. One, I don't think she's crazy. And, I hope you know that I don't mock this in any shape, way, or form. It's a tool. So the way an astrologer uses a chart, the way a numerologist uses numbers, the way a card reader uses cards, it's a tool. So you're using that in some capacity.
All right, the time has come for John Edward to read the audience. All right.
I go by pull, so I'm being pulled into that section over there. I've got somebody who passed from lung cancer, and they're making me feel like they want to talk about September this month as being significant, birthday or anniversary.
It's my mom who passed from lung cancer.
Why is September important?
September is my sister's.
Is your dad there too?
Yes.
Okay, and were they split in life? I'm supposed to tell you we're together. Now, are you the person that had the thyroid issue?
I have a thyroid issue.
Okay, and did you also have to, I'm going to be really personal, so with your permission, can I be that?
Yes.
Okay, did you also have a hysterectomy?
I'm going to have that in September.
Okay, because they're making me feel like you're not going through that alone. Like, it's like, this is what's coming up for you, this is what they're looking at.
I've been really scared of that, and I've been asking for them.
Listen, one of the most important things I tell people all the time is that when our physical body does something, when something's coming up, it just needs to be corrected in some capacity. And people let fear get in the way and stop them from fixing things. Sometimes they become worse.
All right, well, we've got to stop because we're out of time. Thank you so much.
Thank you
I
so
really
much.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, coming up, she was a huge skeptic until we take the one-on-one reading with John Edward. Find out why and where she is now. We'll be right back. Well, this has been an interesting and thought-provoking day. And before we go, I just have to check in with one more person. Now, there was a very skeptical staff member who had quite a face-to-face with John the last time he was here. So here's a little update. Take a look.
Hi, Dr. Phil. Hi, John. It was about a year ago when I last saw you, John. At that point, you turned me from a skeptic into a believer. My dad had passed away when I was 6. You clued right in on that.
He wants me to make sure I let you know that he's okay. Is he gone for a while?
Yes.
And he's asking, how come you're not singing like you used to? Is there a reference to singing? Did you used to sing?
We would sing The Most Beautiful Girl together.
Okay, this is why he's bringing this up, but this is just your dad's way of letting you know that he's okay.
That's great.
And that he's around.
And then you gave away something that was kind of a secret, and I wasn't really ready to tell.
What ties do you have to Texas?
I'm getting ready to move to Texas.
Did I just hear you say you're moving to Texas?
Yeah, John outed me.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
So it's true. I did move to Texas. A couple of months ago, my husband and I left Pasadena, California. Texas is pretty cool. Wouldn't you agree, Dr. Phil?
All right, well, Tammy Frymark is joining us on Polycom right now from, yes, you guessed it, Dallas, Texas. Hey, Tammy, what's up?
Hi, Dr. Phil. I'm busy working right now because I'm still connected to the show.
You're our Texas staff member, right?
I am. I'm holding down the Texas Bureau.
All right, that's what we like to hear. So anyway, Tammy, good to see you. Keep watching us, keep doing the right edits so everything looks good when you're through with us, all right?
I will. Gotta get back to work.
All right, thanks. All right, here's what viewers on drphil.com, Facebook, and Twitter think. We asked them, do you believe in psychic ability? 77% said yes, 23% said no. Do you believe the world will end in December 2012? 2% said yes, 86% said no, and 12% said, I'm not sure. You can watch John's web series, The Five, on johnedward.net. And John's latest book is Fallen Masters. It's out in bookstores today, and everybody in the audience is going home with a free copy. We're also giving away copies on drphil.com, so log on to find out how you could win a free copy. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Today on Dr. Phil. They're happily married, but
they're both having sex with various other people. This is going to get complicated, so I have my trusty pointer.
You said Mommy and Daddy have other loves. What kind of damages are they doing to these children?
Are they ever jealous?
Some guy is going to be laying on top of my wife. You tell me that doesn't go through your head?
Or have they worked out all the kinks?
We have to start to ask ourselves, are we going to get on an airplane?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to everyone. I'm talking to America.
Well, talk to me.
She has an open marriage.
We are love coaches. I think that current modern
listen, hey, excuse me. Excuse me.
And a mouth that never closes.
Kenya, you can't dominate the entire conversation.
Can I say one thing really quick?
Let's do it. If we're going to do something here that matters, then we got to deal with the truth.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If I can help get this family back on track, are you willing to do that?
Ready, three, take.
This is going to be a changing day in your life. Go, Dr. Phil. Today, we're talking to a husband named Carl and his wife, Kenya. But I warn you, this is going to get complicated, so I have my trusty pointer. Now, Kenya's husband is Carl, and he has a girlfriend, Jocelyn. Yes, I said girlfriend. Now, this is Jocelyn's husband, Darren. Now, he is aware and approves of his wife sleeping with Carl. And just to make this more eyebrow-raising, Charles is sleeping with Kenya. Okay? Confusing, right? Well, let me explain. Carl and Kenya have been in what they call an open marriage for 5 years. And they're both having sexual relationships with various other people. They say this is the best solution to a happy marriage. Take a look, and then we'll talk.
Carl and I have been in an open marriage for 5 years. Carl and I did not have an open marriage when we first got married. I had a regular wedding, a regular marriage, and I had a regular husband in a monogamous relationship.
Kenya and I have been married about 11 years when we started the discussion around opening our relationship.
I had company too.
Oh.
This particular person, I have an attraction for him, but I don't know that he's ready. After the ups and downs of going through 2 full years of discussing this without having any outside relationships, I went to a conference and I met a man. It was love at first sight.
And she said, Carl, I met somebody, I really like the guy, and I told her to go ahead and go with him. And you have my support, and I'm behind you all the way.
I felt like this was a gift from my husband, a gift of my own freedom without having to lose the commitment.
My first experience outside of our marriage was a mutual friend, and we ended up spending some intimate time together. It just felt wonderful. It felt like my birthday.
But what happens when you have a girlfriend, really? When my husband and I went from monogamous marriage to open marriage, everything changed. I felt like I came out of hiding. My husband came alive. I came alive.
After that first experience, I never even thought about going back to monogamy.
Currently, I have 2 intimate partners, but I have 5 people that I would consider to be my partners.
Since we opened our marriage, I've probably had, I don't know, 5 partners.
Opening my marriage has saved my life. It's made me a new person. I am love. I can experience love from everywhere.
Now, okay, those involved in this open marriage concept say that in order to pull this off, you need a rule book. So they've got a rule book. Take a look.
When we first started our open relationship, we had rules. You know, no sex in our bedroom. You gotta tell the person before you date somebody. If I had somebody over at the house, I would use a blow-up mattress, or we'd kind of figure something out. But looking back on it, it's kind of weird.
Today, instead of rules, we have principles. The first one is there's to be no shame and no blame. The second principle is that there's to be no victims. The third thing is that the purpose is growth. And finally, no cop-outs, no dropouts. We do not agree with leaving.
To be honest, I don't always use condoms.
I trust his instinct. If he feels that this is necessary to use protection at this point, fantastic. If he doesn't feel that, I know that he doesn't feel it because he feels safe. And I trust his intuition.
Okay, so you guys have been doing this arrangement for how long?
Well, Dr. Phil, can I just say something first?
Sure.
We practice progressive love. It's not just open marriage. Open marriage is a relationship style. It's like monogamy or polygamy or whatever. So we practice progressive love. And what that means is we're allowed to show up authentically with each other, that we trust each other, we love each other unconditionally.
And other than that, we are love coaches, so we support others in having this progressive love style. First of all, I think that current modern relationships are an epic fail. Now, if something is failing 55% of the time, which is the modern marriage, we have to start to ask ourselves, are we going to get on an airplane if they're failing 55% of the time? And most of us in the audience are going to say, no, we're not going to get on an airplane if you know it's going to crash 50% of the time. So what we've done is crafted something more.
Hold on. Aren't you bubbly?
Yes, I am. I should be, right? I have many men.
Well, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to everyone. I'm talking to America.
Well, talk to me.
I'm talking to you and
Well,
America.
you're talking to the audience like you're selling something.
I want you to understand, because what we've just seen here is
Well, if you want me to
story.
understand, talk to me.
Well, they're
Yes, you're saying,
watching
okay.
you,
So, progressive love, that sounds to me like semantics. I don't know what you mean, progressive love. I mean,
Progressive love is
you're the ones that said it. What do you mean?
Progressive love basically means that, first of all, we believe relationships are for growth first. Love and happiness are a result of 2 people working together through the challenges of their union. So if you think you're going to go into a relationship and there are not going to be any challenges, or you're not going to have to change or grow, then you have the wrong idea of the purpose of the relationship.
What we're talking about when we say progressive love is a new way to look at love. It's not about sex. It's about 4 principles that we haven't even begun to address.
I put together a little review of what you guys did last night when you got here to L.A.
We had so much fun.
According to you, you had dinner in your hotel room with your boyfriend, Charles.
Yes.
Okay, and y'all requested different hotels.
Yes.
So you could be free to do what you want to do.
Different hotel rooms. We're right down the hall.
Yeah, but you didn't stay together.
No.
Okay. And so you said Charles rubbed your feet and your back while you made a few work calls. Woo. And you said he, quote, healed and soothed you.
Yes.
Okay. Now, according to Charles, you spent the morning making love, spent the night holding each other.
Yes.
And he left your room about 6 a.m. to get ready for the show.
Yes.
So Carl and Jocelyn, who were on our chart, they spent the night separately and didn't do anything. Jocelyn's husband spent the evening in the lobby bar with himself and then woke up with Jocelyn, but they weren't intimate. So it seems like the only one who hooked up here was you with Charles. Where were you last night?
I was in my hotel room.
What'd you do?
Just going to sleep. Jet lag from the East Coast or whatever.
But Jocelyn
the important thing is I'm going to see Jocelyn in a couple days.
She wanted to spend tonight with her husband. Jocelyn texted me. So Jocelyn and I were texting. You guys forgot that in your notes. Jocelyn and I were texting all afternoon. She was like, where are you at? Oh my gosh, we're at a different hotel. I said, come up to my room, have a drink with us. Enjoy. I love Jocelyn.
But see, I'm glad you do. But see, here's my thing. I'm just going to be honest about this.
Please.
If I lived all the way across the country, that trip would mean more to me if I shared it with my wife.
Sure, we've shared it together.
I don't want to come. I'm just telling you my thinking. It's the same way like when I take my boys somewhere. Listen.
Carl and I have shared our trip together.
Excuse me. I'm talking. Now, I didn't interrupt you when you were talking, except when you were talking to them. When I go somewhere like with my boys, I want them to see the fish. I want them to catch the fish. I want them to see the sunset. If I go somewhere with my wife, I want to share it with her.
Sure.
I don't want to come out here, get a separate room, and hook up with somebody else. If you do that,
well, you don't know the full scope.
The important thing is that this is the very first time Kenya and I have gone on a trip and not had the same room. Every other business trip we've taken on vacation, we've always had one room. So in talking about the show, the idea came up about having separate rooms, and we said, oh, that sounds great.
Well, you requested separate rooms, right?
We both did, yes. We were both on the three-way together. And we've been wonderfully happy in our separate rooms. And I said, oh my gosh, I can spread my makeup all over the counter. I can spread everything, and there's no television. I don't watch television, so I don't like the TV on. He likes the TV on. It's just been like, wow, I feel like I'm in a suite of bliss.
In separate rooms,
Quiet.
Separate rooms has nothing to do with spending time with another partner.
No.
If she wanted to spend time with a boyfriend or partner, I would go ahead and leave or give them that space.
If you were there and Charles showed up and said, hey, I want to spend some time, you'd go, oh, well, let me get my stuff and...
Well, no,
I would hang out for
I would
a while.
talk with Charles. I would hang out with him. We would maybe have a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
And if we decided that him and Kenya wanted to spend time alone, then I would oblige that.
Okay, so what you say to yourself is, okay, here in about 10 minutes, this guy is going to be laying on top of my wife, so I think I'll go off somewhere else. You tell me that doesn't go through your head?
I mean, I know what you're doing with that, Dr. Phil.
All right, we got to take a break here. Okay. Next, we're going to meet Kenya's boyfriend, Carl's girlfriend, and his girlfriend's husband.
And your boyfriend. No.
I got a dance card for this. We're going to find out who is jealous of whom and who is not using protection. If this is all so great and so wonderful, why are you hiding your face?
Very good question.
And later...
Children have a lot of questions about sex and relationships.
We're willing to talk to them about porn. I've watched porn with my daughter. I've helped them understand what this is, how it is just one part of sex. There's so much more. Sex is so juicy and delicious and wonderful.
Stunning allegations. Newt Gingrich's second ex-wife, Marianne Gingrich, says he told her he wanted an open marriage. The request came after he admitted he was having an affair.
I said to him, Newt, we've been married a long time. And he said, yes, but you want me all to yourself. He was asking to have an open marriage, and I refused.
Your ex-wife says you asked her, sir, to enter into an open marriage. Would you like to take some time to respond to that?
No, but I will.
Well, it must be noted that Newt Gingrich said the allegations against him were false, and he did consider those to be allegations that he needed to defend, so he didn't consider it to be a positive thing based on what he said. Now, his second wife, Marianne, as you just saw, claims that she said no to open marriage. But my guests today say yes to sharing their spouses with other people. You might call it open marriage, you might call it progressive love. Let's hear the reasons why Carl and Kenya say they feel traditional monogamous marriage is flawed.
I have no regrets about open marriage, and I would never consider going back to traditional marriage.
If I had to choose between monogamy and open, then I'd choose open every time. When I look back, I feel like, oh my gosh, how was I in that little box?
When I had a feeling of love for another woman, I felt a little ashamed about that, like something was wrong with me. And I think traditional marriage tells us that you really can't have those feelings, and if you do, that's wrong.
Human beings are clearly not monogamous. Monogamy means you meet a partner, you mate with that partner, and you mate for life. If that partner passes on, so does your sex drive. Do you understand? So now raise your hand if you're monogamous, right? No one. The culture is the one that practices a monogamous choice.
All right, Kenya's partner, Charles, and Carl's girlfriend, Jocelyn, are joining us now. So you guys have been watching the show so far?
Yes.
How are they doing at characterizing all of this?
Doing great.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. They're representing what we understand as a progressive love relationship. So it's they've been doing wonderful.
We're referring to you as Charles.
Yes.
But that's not your real name, and we're not showing your face.
Right.
I mean, these people can see it, but we're actually shooting you from behind at your request, right?
Okay.
Okay, if this is all so great and so wonderful, why are you hiding your face?
Very good question. Good question. The reason is because I am ending a relationship, and the timing of the show came before that's happened. So I have to wait. If the show happened probably a couple months from now, I would show my face. I'm not scared to have to show my face.
You're ending a relationship.
Yes.
A married relationship,
yes.
or?
Yes.
Okay, so you're married to somebody.
You've been separated for a year.
And you've been separated for a year, and you've been involved in this progressive love for how long?
Progressive love for probably about a year.
Either you share everything with your partner, and we mean everything, or you don't. If you don't, then you're lying, you're being dishonest, and it shows you don't have a real connection with your partner.
Right. An open relationship is one in which you can show up as a real person in the relationship and tell the truth and reveal your real self to your partner. Let's say, for instance, I touched your arm, and you go home, and right now you feel a little tingling in your body somewhere, which you don't, of course, but you go home, let's just say, Robin is right there. Come on, Robin. Now look. We're saying that why can't you go home and tell Robin, today this woman touched me. I never knew her. She's kind of crazy and really loud. But she gave me this wonderful sensation in my body. I don't know what it was, but it was very similar to like a blissful feeling. Why wouldn't you be able to tell your partner that? Most people do not and cannot.
Well, I wouldn't tell her that for 3 reasons.
Why?
Number one.
Why wouldn't you tell her that?
Well, number one, it would be a lie, because that isn't the feeling that I have. I'm being ridiculous.
Yes, I'm saying that these are things that people can't talk to their spouse about.
The second reason I wouldn't tell her. The second reason I wouldn't tell her is because I don't like open head wounds. She would probably.
She would bust in the head. Oh, like Tiger Woods style. Who's that? Tiger Woods' wife.
But no, but actually, the truth is that wouldn't threaten her at all, because you're looking at the most secure woman in the world. Let me tell you.
Right.
And
It shouldn't matter.
I am open in my relationship. I am honest with my relationship.
Yes.
I don't need to go spend the night with Jocelyn to do that.
No, that's not the point. That's what we're saying. You're making my point.
You have 2, you call them partners?
Yes.
At this point, and you're married?
I am married.
So you've got a husband.
I have a husband.
And then you've got 2 partners.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And how does your husband feel about that?
He feels great. He feels like, we are completely honest about what we feel. First of all, with us opening up our relationship, this decision came together. It was about 8 months ago.
Was that an issue for you, Darren?
Not at all. Not at all.
And how do you guys deal with the jealousy?
Well, I call it my little jealous monster, but the first thing you have to do is recognize that you're jealous. And I'm not going to lie to you, I do get jealous.
Sure,
but,
it's natural.
It's a natural thing. But I have to recognize it first, and by recognizing it, I'm a better person. My wife is with other men. She is happy. She comes home to me, and at the end of the day, she's a better person because she's been healed by love. Okay, and it's happy.
But here's the why can't you heal her with love?
Oh, I do. I do, doctor. But that's like me saying, don't go to the doctor. No other man can make you feel better like I am. There are other men out there. I'm not the hottest thing in creation. I do look good, but I'm not the hottest thing, all right? I realize that I am not the only one that can give my wife happiness.
Yes.
And if I'm committed to my wife, I'm committed to her happiness.
We have to take a break. We're going to meet Carl's mother. She said she was in, quote, shock and awe when she heard about their open marriage. Plus, we'll hear how Carl and Kenya's children feel about their parents' lifestyle. Yeah. And why Kenya watches porn with her 11-year-old daughter.
Wow. I have serious concerns, and I know that I'm on the right track and feeling the way I feel. These kids have to have... I am worried. I am concerned.
And later...
My children accepted and saw what we were doing as something that was cooler than cool.
This is what every relationship really needs.
They embraced it as if my parents have discovered electricity. What I'm looking for when I look for a partner is not a sex partner. I'm looking for long-term love partners. My desire is not to go and have sex with as many men as possible.
If I go out of town, I want Kenya to be with someone. I don't want her to be alone.
My husband may arrange a trip to go see one of his partners, and he'll call my boyfriend and ask for my boyfriend to come take care of me at the house.
I want her partners there so she feels more fulfilled.
They do everything that my husband would have done had he been home. We have wine at night, we dance, we have romance. We do everything that my husband and I would do, except my husband's not there. It's almost like having replacement husbands, and you rotate them in. It's really great.
I love that.
Well, you just heard right. Carl and Kenya are married and talking about how they incorporate their girlfriends and boyfriends into their daily lives. They refer to this as progressive love. Let's hear what Carl's mother has to say about their open marriage after 17 years.
I am disappointed that my son and my daughter-in-law are in an open marriage. This was such a betrayal to their marriage. It's unfaithful to have another partner, openly have another partner. I almost wish that they were discreet with it. Just to even hear them talking about it, it felt dirty. It did feel dirty. I don't disagree with them being honest with each other. But again, should the children know every little blow and nick and knack? I don't feel the children should be a part of that. I really have serious concerns that this open marriage may damage the children.
Well, Joanne is here in the audience. Thanks for coming today.
Dr. Phil.
Thank you.
You've got some of the same questions about this that I do.
Yes.
It bothers you. What about it bothers you?
Well, I have to say that I disapprove. I just don't agree with having partners outside of the marriage. And more than that, I am more than that concerned about my grandchildren. I want to say that my grandchildren are aware of this, their relationship, this open marriage. And I don't agree that they should be involved in it or that they should know about it. It should be at least discreet. That's my opinion. I don't think it should happen at all. But for my children...
Would you say the same thing about children of divorce?
What about them?
Would you say that they are in a bad situation as well?
I do. I think any child that goes through any type of divorce also has some issues, and I can speak to it, and my son has spoken about it. But I just think when you are a union and you are married and you have people, partners, that your children know about even.
And love.
And, you know, I have issues with it, and I'm very concerned, Dr. Phil. What is the research or the experience that you've had that of people who are in open marriages? What is your experience for the children?
Well, I have two rules that I've adhered to across a long period of time, and when you're dealing with children. And one is never involve children in things over which they have no control, because then they just worry and feel helpless.
Or turn off the television completely.
And number two, don't ask them to deal with adult issues. Their brains are not through growing yet. And when you're talking to an 11-year-old about these issues, you know what message you send, but it's hard to know what message is received.
Yes. What I'm saying is that I watched porn with my daughter, a 2-second clip, because I wanted to show her that her friend had come over and showed her porn, and I wanted to tell her that we don't believe pornography is sex. We don't watch pornography, and we don't think it's actually sex.
Yeah, the important
sex is sacred.
Kenny and Carl sent us a video where Kenny admits to engaging in a controversial practice in an effort to teach her 11-year-old daughter about the birds and the bees. Take a look.
Children have a lot of questions about sex and relationships, so we never shut them down about these questions. If you don't tell children the truth and deal with their reality, like as their hormones start to change and whatever, then they're going to lose faith in you as a source of information, a source of truthfulness. And which is why a lot of children kind of move away from their parents as they get older and don't consult them or don't talk to them about what's going on in their life.
Right.
So we share everything with our children.
We're willing to talk to them about porn. I've watched porn with my daughter. I've helped them understand what this is, how it is just one part of sex. There's so much more. Sex is so juicy and delicious and wonderful. I don't scare my children about sex and tell them, oh, it's just the dangers of sex. I would never do that. I told my daughter that sex for her is going to be luscious. She's going to enjoy every second of it. And I help them understand that masturbation is normal, touching yourself is normal, your body is beautiful, you are normal. If you have sexual desires, that is normal. My children have condoms. If they bring boyfriends home, girlfriends, they are totally welcome to be in our house. We don't have a closed door idea about sex and sensuality. We think that that is the most detrimental thing that you can do to a child.
Okay, hang on, just one second, Joanne, then I want to come right back to you. Okay, we just played that tape, which were all your words.
Yes.
And then you said I took my quote out of context?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
That I watch porn with my daughter.
Well, I just played the entire snippet. You went further than what I said.
I thought you took the snippet of me saying I watch porn with my daughter, but you played the entire video.
That's why I said, hold
apologize.
on. Oh, thank you. I accept your apology.
Absolutely.
Because I don't do that, and I'm offended when people suggest I do. That's why we played the whole thing. Joanne, your comment.
My concern, again, is the children. What kind of damages are they doing to these children? I'm concerned.
Oh, they have the very best. I'm trying to figure out the danger.
We're talking about
it's more dangerous for
5 years from
children
now.
to be
Like what? Like possibly what happened?
Getting into drugs.
Drugs? For being honest?
Getting into
drugs because their parents are honest with them. Children get into drugs because their parents don't even speak to them at all and are not honest with them and have never told them about sensuality. Never told them that they're
Dr.
normal.
Phil, I have serious concerns, and I know that I'm on the right track and feeling the way I feel. These kids have to have. I am worried. I am concerned.
We're actually going to hear what the children had to say when we come back. And I have to tell you that this tape disturbed me more than the one you just watched. We'll be right back. Now, wait a minute.
We don't have
wait a
sex
minute.
in
Don't
the
give me
house
that
of our
condescending.
Like
You just heard her say she sat down and watched pornography with her daughter. Well, Carl and Kenya reveal how they explain their open marriage lifestyle to their children. I have a problem with that. I think, before the break, you were saying, Charles, that, well, what are the dangers here? Show me a danger. I'm going to tell you what the dangers are, my friend. These children go through developmental benchmarks where they reach certain levels of maturity, certain levels of understanding. They get to the point of not being suggestible, guided. Their brains aren't through growing yet. And until their brain is through growing, the last part that grows is the neocortex, which allows them to predict the consequences of their actions. If you load them up with adult decisions, adult content, things that can have a huge backlash on them later in their lives, you've given them stuff they can't do. It's like asking the child to get taller.
How do you know that's what we're loading them up with? You didn't take the full scope of what we do. Our children, no, we didn't.
Kenya, you can't dominate the entire conversation. There are other people here.
We're going to tell the truth.
Derek.
We're going to tell the truth here.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and I agree with you that children are sponges. They absorb everything we put in front of them.
Absolutely.
One of your rules is don't involve them with adult decisions. Is love one of them?
I think sex is.
Okay, and I completely agree with you. I agree with you. All right.
We don't have sex in front of our children.
Now, wait a minute.
We don't have sex in
Don't give me that condescending.
I would like to finish my
You just
point.
heard her say she sat down and watched pornography.
Because her friend had
with her
showed her
daughter.
porn.
Dr.
Her
Phil,
friend had showed her porn. I wanted to tell her that
No, Dr.
pornography
Phil.
is not
Wait,
sex.
Dr.
It is
Phil.
abuse of women.
Children are watching this stuff. So when my children's friends are showing them pornography, we have to go back and say, here's what they showed you, and here's what this is. We don't sit there and just watch porn with them.
this is
But we got to go back and put it in context. We're saying this is not sex. This is abuse of women.
I want to be very clear here. Kenya interviewed her own children and asked these questions. I say this.
You guys asked me to interview my children and ask these questions.
I
want
to say this because this video disturbed me
and say,
the
what do you
most.
guys
Take
think?
a look.
They asked me to interview them.
My kids know that Ken and I are open in our marriage. They know that we have other partners.
I think that it's best for them really to have all these partners because they have other people to relate with and they're not stuck with the same person.
We said, Mommy and Daddy are about to start an entire new model. We thought of it ourselves, and this is what it looks like. We have other loves.
You can't live with the same person for your whole life. I mean, it's just not gonna happen. Nada. Zero.
My oldest son said, oh my gosh, so does that mean that you can have sex with somebody else and, Daddy can do the same thing and you guys aren't going to break up like my neighbors and my other friends' parents? And I said, yes, we're not going to break up like those people.
If I did get married, I would be open because I don't like the idea of being with one person for a long time.
My children accepted and saw what we were doing as something that was cooler than cool.
This is what every relationship really needs.
They embraced it as if my parents have discovered electricity. And we're very proud that they're very proud of us.
Well, all right, let me say this. First of all, let me say this. First off, your children are beautiful kids, by the way.
And brilliant.
And they're obviously intelligent and articulate. And so, I mean, great kids. Congratulations on that. I think this content that you're dealing with them is premature.
Okay.
I think it's premature to be talking.
What do you think the proper age is to introduce them to some of this stuff?
I think it comes. Y'all missed the question, which I think is a good question, is what is the proper age to do that? I think, first off, you always use age-appropriate terms with them that are within their grasp at the time. And I think a good measure for this is when they start to show genuine curiosity on their own.
Those children are probably saying what the parents want them to say.
Exactly.
They want to please the parents. I know that for a fact that children do that.
So children of divorce say things to please their parents, like, I'm happy Mommy and Daddy are separated.
I mean, come on.
I don't know that they do that.
They don't do that.
Kenya, let her speak. Let her speak, please.
Yeah, I just
Go ahead.
I just feel that the children are wanting to please the parents. I don't know what they're feeling inside, and no one knows what anyone sometimes feels inside, but I am very much concerned to hear Sanu say that. Because Sanu is a child. She's 11 years old.
But the last part of that clip, she asked the question, would you do this? And she said, I don't think I would do this.
do this.
Yeah.
Well,
So she said she wouldn't do it.
You
Our
are
children
not
stand for
understanding.
themselves.
We again do not know, and I am really concerned. We don't know.
She said,
I
put the clip on
Mom, that
Facebook. He
proves
saw
it.
the whole
That
thing.
proves it.
I don't think I
If
want
my
this.
daughter says, I'm not going to do the open
Exactly.
relationship, that shows she can think for herself.
But I'm saying children become victims because they're not able
Victims of
to
their
be
parents.
victims of their parents.
So wait a minute. When children come to this world, they should be alerted to the state. Because their parents, whatever their parents may teach them, could be bad or wrong. There are 33,000 religions in this country. Which ones are wrong to teach children? There are more than one love style. What about gay, lesbian? These are things that children learn from television, from their parents. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't see it.
Children, the ones that really become the ones that are addicted to porn, the ones that are on drugs, the ones that are doing crimes, the ones that don't have these conversations with their parents. I'm sure you asked the kids, did your parents talk to you about sex? No.
No.
They talk to you about drugs? No.
They said it was dirty and
But
wrong.
it's dirty, it's wrong. But if she's saying, look, this is love, this is not, and she's teaching them the right way, respectfully, you know, it's...
Listen, I totally get that you don't want your kids to learn this from behind the gym.
And that's what happened, and I had to re-educate her.
I've joked before when my dad came and said, you know, we need to talk about sex, and I said, okay, what do you want to know?
Right.
I was in the 6th grade because I thought I knew everything at that point.
But,
But okay, now...
Can we just cut to something
No,
really quick?
I want to ask you a question.
Can I say one thing really quick, and then I'll answer your question? So what our children have seen...
Okay, let me ask you the question.
Yes, you can.
All right, y'all, come on.
I submit, I surrender.
Come on.
Thank you, lovingly.
Now, here's what I want to... I'm actually
love
going
all of you.
I'm actually going to give you an opportunity to talk.
Oh, go ahead.
Here, and try not to be...
I'll take it. I will feel bad
Try
about
not
it.
to be
I
shy.
don't know what's wrong. Howard University girls.
Because I get the feeling... I get the feeling that if somebody disagrees with you, you decide they're not being fair.
No, I don't.
Because that's what you
I
said.
believe
Come
they
on,
have a different
you're not
perspective.
No, listen, let me finish.
And that they're not educated on what we do. I just wanted to talk to my mother. I wanted to tell her that this is what our children have seen from day one. They've seen my husband stay home and let me be a stay-at-home mother for 13 years in our home. They saw me defeat cancer in the hospital with no hair. They saw my husband be there for me.
Yes.
They saw our house burn down and we had nothing left. They saw us move in with community because nobody could move. We couldn't move anywhere. They saw us go through learning 11 years of yoga, meditation. They seen me retire my husband. They seen us write 14 books. They seen me write 400 articles and blog posts.
Kenya.
They've seen people all over the world call me for consultation. This is what they've seen.
But Kenya,
this is what you've seen as well.
Yes, I've seen it all.
So let's talk about the entire picture if we're going to talk about our family.
I do not disagree.
Thank you.
You are good parents.
Absolutely,
I've
we are.
never in any of this
Absolutely we are.
said that you were not a good
Well,
parent.
then talk about the entire scope.
No, but Kenya, we're not here to talk
because
about the
we've been
entire.
through
We're
it.
here to talk about
and we
this.
have come out on top.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Thank you. People absolutely judge my lifestyle. The number one idea is that it is not safe. It puts you in a precarious situation. Now you don't have a stable family. I would beg to differ. I feel more stable now.
Teachers have told my children that what they're doing is illegal. We're not marrying multiple people. We're not practicing something that's against the law.
I know that people say, how can you be a mother and do this? So they have motherhood disconnected from sensuality. That's not my problem. I connect motherhood and sensuality.
All right, I'm here with Carl, Kenya, Charles, who's Kenya's lover, Jocelyn, who's Carl's lover, Darren, Jocelyn's husband, is in the audience here. Where are you going?
I'm sorry. I had to. My legs are ashy. I can't be this. I have to have some lotion. I keep asking and no one's giving it to me. I'm sorry. If your legs were ashy, if you're an African-American woman and your legs are exposed, you would feel badly if everyone saw your legs ashy.
We did ask.
I asked 3 times.
Well, yes, I understand that you asked the producers, but we're not here about the ash on her legs. Come on, guys.
But, Dr. Phil, it's like you said.
I wish I had hair.
It's like you said. I mean, people are very impressionable about things.
Boo to my ashy legs or to the ones that are nice now?
It's all going to be cut out. It's not a big deal.
Oh, you guys, come on. What if it were you?
Dr. Phil, everything that Kenya said about their life, they have been good parents and they have gone through a lot. And I'm not judging the fact, and I know what has taken place. I've been there every step of the way.
Right.
But I do not agree with open marriage. I have to be clear.
But you don't have to.
I don't, and I'm not judging you. You are adults. You're going to do what you're going to do. But I'm saying I am concerned about the children.
We
I have to
understand
be clear about that.
You like that. That's good. But don't didn't say that they were going to be messed up for life.
We're concerned about children, too.
Okay, it's one thing that we haven't talked about so far, and this is what Carl has to say about not always using a condom, not always practicing safe sex. You say that the #1 cause of sexually transmitted disease is fear?
Yes. No, the number one way to protect yourself from sexually transmitted disease or anything is to not have such a fear of it.
Right, because you're not sneaking and you're not running and hiding and doing things without thinking.
I asked Carl this question.
So all I'm saying is that if you have a fear, which I think a lot of people do, a fear of a sexually transmitted disease, it affects your ability to think and rationalize. We all know, studies show, that your IQ drops 5 to 15 points when you're stressed out or over-emotional. So that's no way to go into, people can laugh if they want, but that's no way to go into something so serious as sharing your body with another person.
So your theory, if I can extrapolate this, is that the #1 cause of STDs is fear because fear causes stress. Stress compromises the autoimmune system that makes you more susceptible to infection.
No.
Is that
That is part of it.
No, I'm asking Carl.
That is part of it.
Okay.
That is part of it.
Okay. I would think the #1 cause of STDs would be exposing yourself to somebody who's infected.
Okay, good.
Would that be right?
I use condoms. Sometimes I don't use condoms. Sometimes we do certain things for birth control. I'm just trying to keep it, that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't use condoms or those types of things. I think those are great. But to me, also, just using a condom without having the conversation is not safe. Because a condom does not protect everything, #1. If you have sex 100 times and the condom fails one time or you don't use it one time, you might as well not use it any of those times. So...
No, you can get infected one time.
You can get infected one time. You can get infected one time. So the conversation should be deeper than just, I'm going to automatically wear a condom and not think about it. Certain STDs are not guarded by using condoms.
Right.
Doctors say herpes and things like that can get past a condom.
Yeah.
People
so we need to have the conversation
slow down
about it.
and stop thinking sex is dirty so they can get tested, so they can be responsible, and so that they can choose partners wisely and have sex wisely without running and slinking and cheating and, oh, my God, my wife. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, kids, if you're watching this, Uncle Phil says use a condom. We'll be right back. Well, I want to thank all of my guests today. I know you're going to be on the message boards talking about this, and I do want to hear from you. You can go to our Facebook page, you can go to our message boards, you can go to my Twitter account, and I'd love to hear from you. And I know you blog about these things, and I'm happy to put a link up there to you so people can find it and they can read it in their own time, in their own way, and make up their own minds. So I appreciate all of y'all coming here, knowing that you have a position that's not widely embraced.
That's okay.
And and audience, I appreciate y'all weighing in because I think you disagree with a lot of things, but we appreciate you being here. So long. Thanks, guys.